Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda.
Hare Krishna. Here we are. Our channel is Bhagavad.gita. Here it is. And our book is Bhagavad.gita as it is. Translation and commentary by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And my name is Labanga Latika. And we are reading the 6th chapter, Jnana Yoga, the yoga form that is mostly based in meditation. And we have been hearing a little bit about conquering the mind and attaining super soul. And I will read text 8. We are continuing on that theme. Jnana vijnana triptatma kutastho vijitendriyaha yukta ityuchyate yogi samaloshrashma kanchanaha. A person is said to be established in self-realization and is called a yogi or mystic when he is fully satisfied by virtue of acquired knowledge and realization. Such a person is situated in transcendence and is self-controlled. He sees everything, whether it be pebbles, stones, or gold, as the same. Purport. Book knowledge without realization of the Supreme Truth is useless. It is stated as follows. Ata Shri Krishna namadina bhaved grahyamindriyai sevonmukhe jivado svayameva spuratyadaha. No one can understand the transcendental nature of the name, form, quality and pastimes of Shri Krishna through his materially contaminated senses. Only when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service to the Lord are the transcendental name, form, quality and pastimes of the Lord revealed to him. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. This Bhagavad Gita is the science of Krishna consciousness. No one can become Krishna conscious simply by mundane scholarship. One must be fortunate enough to associate with a person who is in pure consciousness. A Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna because he is satisfied with pure devotional service. By realized knowledge one becomes perfect. By transcendental knowledge one can remain steady in his conviction, but by mere academic knowledge one can be easily deluded and confused by apparent contradictions. It is the realized soul who is actually self-controlled because he surrendered to Krishna. He is transcendental because he has nothing to do with mundane scholarship. For him, mundane scholarship and mental speculation, which may be as good as gold to others, are of no greater value than pebbles or stones. So, yes, Krishna consciousness is actually mystical. We speak a lot about the practical aspects. About the process, about how to perform Krishna consciousness, about to understand the need for Krishna consciousness. But actually, Krishna is beyond our grasp. We can't do a process, we can't do a yoga and think, okay, I did my yoga, now I have Krishna in a little box. Krishna will never be in a little box. Krishna will always be beyond us. Because this verse here speaks about a transcendental person who sees everything, pebbles or golds, as the same. That means, of course, that when you reach that level of connection with your spiritual truth, everything in the material world will be less important. We use it, we take baths in the morning, we drive cars, we eat food, but we don't put that weight on the material existence because we can see something of the spiritual reality. And here the key point, now a few verses here spoke about controlling the mind. The key point in this purport is not our control. The point in this connection is that realizing Krishna, that comes from Krishna, because we do our part. We show Krishna our sincere interest, we show Krishna our focus and dedication. But what happens is that at some point, when Krishna does become pleased with the devotee, when one becomes spiritually saturated by transcendental service, the Lord may reveal all of this to a person. And further, we can see that that realization also comes through contact with a person who has that realization. So so Krishna conscious person has realized knowledge by the grace of Krishna because he's satisfied with pure devotional service. So all the other things, of course, we do study things, but it's not it's not a mundane scholarship. It's not that we just, pile knowledge on top of knowledge until the pile is impressive enough, until we can make lists of all the knowledge we have. No, the knowledge in Krishna consciousness becomes perfect by dint of that surrender to Krishna, which in turn inspires Krishna. By dint of that devotional service and surrender to Krishna, which in turn inspires Krishna to reveal himself. So it's a very, very personal thing. There is a process. We follow that process because the process is very helpful. It helps us to, put our focus on those spiritual aspects, to avoid the things that create the most disturbance in our spiritual lives. But without that connection to Krishna, through the devotee of Krishna, we can't just decide to reach a certain level and just just do it. Like, we can climb a mountain, we can see the mountain, and once we've done our climbing, we're going to be on the top of the mountain. Krishna is not a mountain. Krishna is that supreme personality of Godhead from which everything comes, who is constantly present. So the problem is not to find the place where Krishna is. The problem is to show Krishna that we actually want him. And then for Krishna, it is no problem to reveal himself. I will read another verse, text 9. Surin mitrar yudasina madhyastha dvesha bandhushu sadhu svape chapapeshu samabudhir vishishyate. A person is considered still further advanced when he regards honest well-wishers, affectionate benefactors, the neutral, mediators, the envious, friends and enemies, the pious and the sinners, all with an equal mind. This is very difficult. It's actually very difficult. It takes a transcendental perspective. We have to be able to step out of that idea, I am the center of the universe, and this person offended me, this person gave me gifts, this person doesn't care about me, this person needs me. Yes, but they're all spirit souls. And if we can, of course, being Krishna conscious doesn't mean we're foolish. We will make a certain, that's another verse somewhere in the Bhagavad.gita, that sage, by dint of pure knowledge, regards an elephant, a cow, a dog eater, a brahmana. He sees them equally. He will not relate to them equally. He will not go up and discuss philosophy with a cow, because cows are not very philosophical. He will not go up to a tiger and say, hey, how are you? Because the tiger might eat him. So we make those distinctions, of course. We are not foolish. But our own reaction will still be that yes, that person is a part and parcel of Krishna, and so am I. And that is the point, and that is the focus, and that is the steady level from which we can, remain very peaceful in this world, and always continuing onwards to a greater level of spiritual realization. Yeah, I was thinking to read another verse, but this is quite a long verse, so that will have to come for the next time. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you for watching. We aim for updates every Tuesday and Friday. Please come back. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down there. We also have some links and information for you. And there is, of course, the subscribe button. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
I'm a Hare Krishna, and I approve this message. Subscribe.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.